There he is. Hi. All right. I think we're all good. Welcome to RainbowSky Radio. Hello, and welcome to the RainbowSky Radio Show. My name is RainbowSky, and I'll be your guide. Today, I have a very special guest that I am excited to bring on the show. His name is Dr. Sparky, and he is a rapping nutritionist focused on native life practices and nutritional healing to live your best life. I've been hanging out with him for the last few months, and we have been connecting for the past few years, so this is a conversation that has been in the works for a long time, and I'm really excited to sit down and finally have a conversation with him. Let's jump in the show.
It's recording?
Yeah, everything's rolling.
Wow.
Man, this is a long time coming to just be able to sit down and have a conversation with this guy. I mean, we met nearly 2 years ago at a creative retreat where we were bringing together artists and dreamers and visionaries all to co-create, together in harmony.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dream Retreat. My name is Dr. Sparky, and behind the camera is my brother, RainbowSky. We are here to talk to you guys a little bit about the science and the philosophy and the knowledge behind breakfast this morning. So
this guy was cooking up 5-star vegan, whole food, raw. Like, I was just blown away, not only by his approach to what he was offering and his intentionality, but also, the meals felt like 5-star meals. And I was just blown away. And honestly, I ended up spending most of the time in the kitchen at the retreat. And the one thing I ended up producing was a music video of this guy hopping on the mic and just spitting.
I'm freaking taking on, take the block and I'm breaking off. Eat awakes, I'm taking up. Man, I just be making up for all these mistakes that I made right here. I sacrificed myself and gave in to the fear. We are one vibe, one tribe, one vibration. Understand, open up and feel that relation. No hesitation, time for reservation, preservation, antioxidant. Let me give you a hint. No sugar in my cacao, maca in my cup, wachuma in my balls. Yeah, you know that's what's up. If you gotta freaking turn it off, I ain't freaking hanging home, boy, get it off. I'm like, everybody's got a feeling, go on, feel it. So they might not understand you, so just feel it slow. Take pity on them. They be caught up in that freaking money game. They don't know your name, no. They ain't really saying no. They caught in the shade, no. They can't feel the flame, no. Fire too hot, they need anti-inflammatory. I'ma teach them, they gon' learn, man. This is their story. A story of cold. Rainbow now, come on, let's go. I'm talking double rainbow. I don't eat double, no more. If you eat that GMO, you feel like you is a hoe. Get down just like super low. Man, you gonna not know. If you have some consciousness, that's something that you gon' miss. Heck no GMO. I'm like, no mo.
And I was like, dude, I have to hang out with this guy more. So we've just kept in touch along the way and finally met up, and we're here in Lake Isabella, California. And we've just been hanging out, creating content, working on brand awareness and his website, and really getting business logistics and just a foundation so that, and creating these guides to just like make healing easy. Because this guy not only makes delicious meals, he uses food as medicine. And he's like a scientist or a rocket scientist in the kitchen. But also I love that he's like this raw caveman, shirtless, and, just like feeding you things and telling you things. It's such a joy to be in the kitchen with you and to spend time with you and learn from you. So I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful that you're sitting down and willing to share some things here for the people, because I think you have some knowledge that can change the world.
I just want to start off by saying it's such a blessing to be recognized and seen by such a creative, such an intelligent, such a grounded, centered individual. Like, I've been working so hard to try and bring the world this message of health and well-being and try and get this message out, and nobody has shown up for me and my family the way Sky has. It's really difficult to find people that you can trust, that you can work with, that you can pour your heart into, and will do the same. It's been a really long journey. Ever since I was 18 years old, I've been on this journey of healing myself through food and through nutrition. And
I was exposed to high amounts of toxicity. I grew up in LA next to the 101 freeway. And they sprayed malathion in our neighborhood when I was very young, and my mom had a miscarriage. And I got so sick that they almost had to take me to the hospital. And now Americans were very uneducated, right? So one of the things that's really killing everybody is all these bad habits that's being passed down from our ancestors, whether it's alcohol or food or a lot of different things, you know, lifestyles, all these things. So I got fed like a good amount of Campbell's soup, which has a high amount of MSG in it. And this classic combo of fat, salt, and sugar is deadly. It's extremely addicting. And one thing I've noticed about a lot of people from Europe is that when they come to America, they don't realize what they're getting themselves into.
it's been a real journey finding Sky and finding the parts of myself that really matter the most. You know, I think so much of us is preoccupied with worrying about finances and money and things that really have nothing to do with who we really are. And we could all really use somebody to help us gather our thoughts, to help us organize our dreams and our goals. You know, I think just having somebody listen to you is not enough nowadays. Just saying things, you know, I feel like people need a type of help that is proactive, that is able to address people's symptoms or conditions without even them really even knowing what they are.
I'm constantly practicing my macrobiotics in the sense that I'm constantly sharing my information and my knowledge. And the more I share it, the more I understand different people and what different people need. Some people just need a touch on the shoulder. They can't hear what you have to say. Some people just need a smile. Some people are willing to let you step into their kitchen and rip all the old food out of their cupboards and put new stuff in. So you never know whether or not you can help somebody or not until you try. So when you guys are out in public and when you feel an intuitive feeling like, oh, this person could use this, usually most of the time that's right. When I have premonitions or when I have messages where I see somebody and I see their condition due to my education, my mind comes up with a solution for them. And if I'm able to offer this solution and this information in a way in which is receptible to that human being, specifically for their condition and their lifestyle, bam.
The way that Sky is able to support us as artists and just as people is so priceless and is so needed in a world like this. And I can just hope that more and more people can get a glimpse into who this guy really is and what he really does, because it's so vast. Rainbow Sky is it's not just a name, you know, it's like it's a whole, it's a movement that he's got going on of just waking people up, getting people out, bringing people's best parts of themselves to light, and really supporting them in doing what is best for them.
Hold on. I got a question.
Yeah.
What's your purpose in life?
My purpose in life is to educate the people to heal themselves through nutrition and California native plants specifically, and to make it as affordable and accessible as possible to anyone and everyone.
Diving into this journey with Sky, there was just something about working with him that I knew that I could trust this guy, and I hadn't felt that way in a long time. I'd never been supported or, how do I say, empowered the way that he did me. There's so much competition in the world right now, business-wise. It's so disappointing and it's so depressing, and it kind of makes you want to lose faith and give up on the idea of collaborating, of trusting somebody else with your time or your energy or your essence or your ideas, all that, and just knowing that it's gonna be reciprocated is it's it doesn't exist anymore. So I just really want to say thank you to Sky for being there for me and my family and for valuing us in a way in which nobody else has.
This camera is for taking pictures.
I can take pictures. It's taking lots of pictures and putting them into a video right now.
I take pictures right now.
24 pictures a second.
Cheese.
That's you have a lot of pictures of you posing like that now.
This is the best one.
You want a picture?
Cheese. Cheese.
Are you a zombie now? Y'all are hilarious. What's the funniest face you got? That is good.
What? I look at our pictures.
You two are silly. I'll send you all the pictures. Don't worry.
You know, people like me and Sky, we charge a small amount of money for what we do so that we can do it without exhausting or depleting ourselves. But at the end of the day, the end game and the goal behind what we're doing is not to make money. It's to change people's lives. And when you work with us, you get so much more than just what you pay for. And it's so refreshing to create a relationship with somebody that is just so regenerative and is so rejuvenating and restoring, and just when so many others haven't. Like,
all right, welcome to dinner, everybody, at the Dream Retreat. Dr. Sparky, tonight I'm making my famous cabbage tacos. These tacos start out with a raw cabbage leaf, a layer of a sprouted nut pate. I had sesame seeds this time. So I did sesame seeds, paprika, cumin, sage, red miso, a little bit of cayenne. Then I topped it with some chopped vegetable like greens, medley, shredded carrot. Since we're not making onions at this retreat, I made my guacamole with lemon juice, sea salt, jalapeno. Very simple. And then I'm gonna pour this cashew coconut dressing on top. You cover up the avocado. If you're gonna, put this in your fridge or save it for a couple days, the coconut dressing helps to keep the avocado from oxidizing.
it's been such a long journey finding somebody that can really support me the way that I deserve to be supported. And I'm really glad to be the the bright shining light that wakes everybody else up to the fact that, like, you guys really need this guy in your life. You really need somebody that can speak from experience when it comes to the way that he's working with you and promoting you and videotaping you, and everything he does with you is in your best interest. So I'm excited for you guys to watch me and my business blossom, and for me to give credit to Sky for that, because a lot of the techniques and the things that we're doing business wise and the way that we're filming, the way that we're recording, all of this is Sky. I come in on the nutrition part and other aspects of it, but I'm really happy to just give credit to a lot of the success that we're about to embark on to Sky, because I couldn't represent myself the right way. I couldn't film myself the right way. I couldn't There are just so many things that I can't do, that he does so perfectly that I've trusted a million other people to do, and they've taken advantage of it, and they haven't done it right, and they've made it all about them. So it's just been really rewarding to work with you because you've been so supportive.
Thank you. It's been an honor because you really do have a lot to share, and I really feel like I feel like I'm not alone in being out there changing the world with whatever knowledge, expertise, talent, time that I can give to others. I like finding the like-minded people. I almost feel like the key is find the people who say the things that you want to say better than you can say them. Like, I would love to give somebody nutritional guidance, and I will, up to the level of my expertise and experience. But this guy was just like all the way up here. I'm like, listen to this guy. Like, I'm going to not talk about nutrition. We got this guy in the room.
Like the standard American diet doesn't work for most people. You know, like it destroyed you.
Yeah.
It destroyed your ability to be able to feel comfortable in your own body. For me, created lots of mental issues, created lots of physical issues. And until I woke up to the fact that that was it, my life did not change.
Yeah.
We tried everything. They medicated me at 13 years old with medical methamphetamines. And what a lot of people don't understand is that that is like the ultimate worst thing you could do for children with ADHD, because most children with ADHD are addicted to sugar. They're eating too much sugar, and that's why their attention, they're having trouble paying attention deficit, and they're hyperactive.
But even guidance in lifestyle, I think you start realizing how much that changes. I've heard you say a lot, especially since you've got some small kids, is chew slower, you know, or don't talk, or, you know, you even have these intentional things around food or your lifestyle, like even getting into nature. It's not a part of food. It's not like going to nature so you can go forage all your food. It's getting in nature because that's going to fill your soul, you know, and it's going to keep, like, the food that you're eating is going to help you connect even deeper to the energies of the earth because you focus on these whole-based, like, raw foods. And I love how you're just a food doctor. When somebody brings up a problem, he's like, boom, bam, cut this out, try this, you know, definitely make sure you do this. And then I think what's so cool is there's some universal things for everybody. You know, big focus is fasting. I'll shut up so you can talk more about it. But fasting, like just taking a moment to stop yourself on all the daily habits that you go through with food, you know, reaching for chocolate or sweets when you're feeling a certain way, or just eating the same old meals over and over and over, or eating crap, you know, fast food or overly processed food, or taking in all the toxic air that you're breathing in your city or your town. You know, we are constantly just like absorbed by so much grossness that gets stuck in the body, and it starts affecting our mind and our soul. And so, you know, one thing that really shined a light yesterday was talking about the importance of fasting, to take a moment of reset, to stop all those nasty habits, you know, to just cleanse the body. You know, a lot of people do cleanses, you know, and smoothie fasts. You know, there's different ways to do fasts. You know, you were even talking about cutting out drinking as a form of fast. Like, it's just about taking a break so your body can reset, so that then you can start moving again. You know, maybe you can even change one of your habits that you've been working on, you know, for lifetimes. And all it took was one day or a couple days of intentional eating and living. Or you can totally cure a sickness and turn it around just by stopping consuming a certain type of food that you're consuming, you know, or by integrating another food that's going to start, you know, rebuilding your system, you know, or getting rid of parasites or whatever's in your body that is causing this disease. It really just shined a light to me. I was like, wow, this really is for everybody. Like I definitely saw the value. If you are sick, if you are dying, if you have kids that are acting up, if your thoughts are negative, like, you can heal through food. There is a solution. But I think even if you feel healthy, I felt healthy for many years, but I was in habits of eating just oatmeal for breakfast or just eggs for breakfast, and, eating constants and not incorporating a whole bunch of foods. As I dove into a vegan journey, one of the foundations I found is people were asking me all this advice on food, and I'm like, I don't know. Like here's what I kind of learned or absorbed. The one big thing I absorbed was all the different colors in foods bring different types of nutrition. So make sure you're eating the rainbow, make sure you're eating a variety. But I want you to jump in and kind of jump on anything that was sparking up for you.
Like, as you're talking about, like, the way that I help people heal through food, I was just thinking about, like, the way that you've helped me heal through music.
Can you hear them calling, calling?
The way that you've helped me heal through my trauma just by your emotional support and your presence.
Well, the wind is blowing and the leaves are dancing.
Every morning when Sky wakes up, he starts off his morning with journals and meditation.
On this beautiful day,
I've just never met anybody so grounded and centered.
it's such a beautiful day.
It's kind of sad to say there should be more people like that in today's world that live that way, but unfortunately,
Such a beautiful day.
most of us are just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. We really don't have a regiment. Just being around Sky has been so healing and so inspiring. He's so grounded and centered.
Can you hear them calling, calling? Well, your phone is ringing, but your roommate's singing. On this beautiful day.
A lot of the times when you work with somebody, before you have all these ideas and these things, but you don't think about all the issues and the problems that the person brings. And when you're working with Sky, there's none of that shit. Like, Sky doesn't bring any of his personal issues into his work. He's very, like, just unwavering, and he's very solid in his approach to things, and just his ability and his demeanor in itself, I think, is just very calming. There's a lot of stuff that happened for me family-wise, a lot of shifts that happened in my life when he came. As artists, sometimes we wanna be in our best shape or state when we're doing our work. And I think that, like, when you set a date or a goal to create something, a lot of negative self-consciousness comes up. I've been working towards this connection, this moment, this opportunity to be able to record with him for what feels like my whole career.
I was feeling all the suffering and the plans and dancing, talking, walking, either way marking, talking, shocking, either way moving. They were like, Sparky, come on, get it on moving. Stick it up, burn it up, turn it around, either way, come on now, pass it all around town. Give it up, 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 give it up.
And so, coming up to this point, there was a lot of just, how do I say, excitement and anxiety and just like a bunch of irritability and just stressed because I wanted it so badly to work right. But one of the things that I want to ensure everybody with is that when you work with Sky is gonna help you work through your negative self-consciousness. Like, thanks to the fact that he has such a clean diet and a clean lifestyle, he's really been able to just be solid for me while I've just kind of been all over the place, because I got my kids to feed. I had somebody living with me and I was helping her and her daughter. I've had a lot of financial pressures going on, and a lot of this has affected my ability to be able to show up the way that I want to. But Sky and his just overall attitude and his demeanor is so positive, and it's so inspiring, and it really makes you want to work through your shit. I think a lot of times as people, we're not really excited to work with who we work with. We're working with who we work with just because that's who's there, that's what we've got to do. So it's nice to really choose somebody that that really can show up for you. It's scary nowadays spending your money not knowing what you're gonna get. But I can guarantee you that if you guys hire this guy, you're gonna get the best that you can get. Like, no matter what you do, you're gonna get something out of it, because the great thing about what Sky does is he's not just a film artist, he's not just a musician. He is so emotional, he is so sensitive, he's such a community member and such a team player. Just having that in your life is very important and very healing and medicinal, and it's been a huge reminder to me to just value friendships and especially ours, and connections and just moments and people, relationships more than money. Investing in Sky and investing in what we're doing is for the greater, we're creating this for the greater good of everybody. We don't just want you guys to come to us and work with us so that we can make money. We want you to come to us and invest what time and energy you have in us empowering you and making your life better. Give your dreams a second chance, and give those wild, quote unquote, pipe dreams or whatever fantasies that you have in the back of your mind a second take, because you might be depriving yourself of your best life. And the reason why you might be doing that is just because you don't have the support that you really need. There have been so many times where I've just kind of had to accept the fact that this isn't working out the way that I want it to. Generating income, being a health practitioner and offering organic food to people, but it just takes a lot longer than you would think. And if you wait long enough, dude, the Rainbow Sky shows up, dude. Things get better. All of you out there who have been really chasing your dreams, feels like you've been spending your whole life trying to make your dreams come true and it just hasn't worked right. Maybe you just haven't had the right business partner. Maybe you just haven't had the right support, or you're not eating right, or something just very minutely small that is really actually easy to fix is getting in your way. And that's what we're here for, is to remove those blockages, remove those things or those lifestyles or those, habits or foods or addictions or whatever it may be that's blocking you from living your best life, because life should feel like ecstasy. Life should feel euphorically like psychedelic. Like joy should be a high in itself. Sadness, there should be beauty in sadness. There's purpose to everything, your downs, your ups, and all these things that have been working before, they're not going to work anymore. You know, me being able to hide all my addictions and my imperfections, it's time to let it out. It's time for me to expose that to the world. And for those of you out there that feel like you have parts of yourself that, you know, that you feel are imperfect, open that up and bring that out to Sky. And I think that you're gonna find that, like, within your darkness and within your deepest, within your deepest darkness is your greatest light. And you just need somebody around you that's gonna hold space for you to break through that and work through that. And until you really dive into that deepest, darkest part of yourself, you're never gonna make it. And I think one of the things that stops a lot of creative people is just being afraid to like expose themselves and be vulnerable and raw. But I can speak on behalf of myself and the work that me and Sky have done together, and this guy's gonna do nothing but lift you up. And when you're in your downest down, that's why you hired this guy, so that you can break down, so that you can fall apart, so that he can help you like put yourself back together the way that you've always meant to be. Because it's the traumatic experiences that we have with people and the situations that we get ourselves into through our diet, through our lifestyle, that wreck our perspective of ourselves. And it's really healing to be able to go through an emotional transformation with Sky, because if you don't give him that chance to hold you in your most vulnerable state, then you're never really going to grow and change. You need somebody like Sky to help you break down. Like, maybe, you know, because like usually like when you break down, or when you have that kind of, you know, experience, usually you'll end up going back towards alcohol or substances or something like that. But when you got somebody there that's really cares about you, that is really just there for you, just because, you know, he's not in this for the money, so he's not worrying about whether or not we're losing money, or we're, you know, or anything like that has to do with finances. He's just there to help you and support you in your growth. And that's the most important part. It's just you being able to look at yourself and work on yourself. Because once you do that, then the world's going to want to see you. Then the world's going to want you. But until you really dive into your own bullshit and you look at yourself and you get some perspective on the parts of you that you really don't like, you're never going to be able to fucking change, dude. Sometimes a therapist can't even like hold space for that shit. Like, they're just there, just kind of feeding you positivity, helping you just kind of feel good about yourself. Whereas Sky just holds the camera there and he just let you do your thing. And if you don't like it, that's on you, bro. Like, that's your problem. And he's not going to tell you anything negative. He's going to uplift you, and he's going to inspire you to make the changes within yourself that you need to make to be able to feel better about yourself. Like, that's priceless, bro. Just seeing the way that he's been able to show up for me and be there for me when like I've been falling apart is really refreshing, because I think we all scare ourselves into thinking that like, oh, if we don't show up a certain way, or if we don't do things a certain way, things aren't going to work. And it's not true, dude. It's not like success isn't like that. If anything, it's like, if you don't allow yourself to fail, you're not going to succeed. And I think one of the things that's keeping everybody from being brave enough to fail is just having that support network around, you know. Like, when you dive into this journey with Sky, he's every bit as much excited about your success as you are. And that's so amazing, you know. It's so incredible to be able to hire somebody that is so supportive. Let's start hiring people because we believe in what they do, not because it's going to make us a shit ton of money, but because it's the right thing. I'm working with Sky because I know that he's going to help me get my message out to the world. Whether or not we make a lot of money or not, that does not matter. I am so happy to be working with somebody that can capture me the way that I deserve to be captured, value me the way that I deserve to be valued, support me the way that I deserve to be supported. Like, let's start living for love instead of money.
Money is losing its value. No matter how much money you have, if you're exposing yourself to certain amounts and levels of toxicity, it is outweighing the benefits. And we need to learn to value things beyond like material. And we need to learn to reconnect to the true essence of who we really are, the value of who we really are. And the way that I found that and got back to that was my food.
One of the main issues that I think a lot of people deal with right now is like finding things that they can consume on a regular basis that aren't going to harm them. And for me, as somebody who's just been like suffering from like overeating and just malnourishment my whole life, I've really just sought after products that are just really safe, really simple, really healing, and very light and easy for the body to digest. And these products have saved my life, literally saved my life. If it wasn't for these products, I would not be here functioning and just existing the way that I am. It's literally that big of a deal, because soda, it can make you brain dead, it can make you stressed out, it can make you depressed. That can lead to lifestyles and habits that are literally lethal. Milk, same thing. The way that processed dairy is being processed nowadays, the chemicals that are going into it, it can cause such a discomfort in the body, such an imbalance in the body in terms of like either excess weight gain or just in general overall depression, which can show up emotionally but also physically through like lethargy or exhaustion. Excess consumption of products like this literally is the main leading cause to people's death, and they're just really not aware of it. Chocolate, all the fake chocolate that people are eating that could be raw with no sugar in it, that could be stopping heart attacks, is actually provoking heart attacks, causing heart attacks, welcoming diseases and infections into the body. When you eat sugar, your immune system is out for 7 to 8 hours. You ain't digesting shit. You're susceptible to viruses and infections and bacteria. So just think about that next time before you go and put sugar in your mouth. Is it worth being out of order for 7 to 8 hours? And are you in the type of shape and are you in the type of physical condition where you can afford to be able to do that, which most people definitely are not. The vitamin mineral greens. Most people are not eating enough green vegetables. Even if you're trying to eat enough green vegetables, it's difficult. You got to go to the store, you got to buy them, you got to wash them, you got to cut them. This shit is simple, quick, and easy. You take it out, you put it in something, you put it in your mouth. It's got so many different greens in it. It's got so many different seaweeds in it, and it can counterbalance the negative side effects of you not eating enough green vegetables in your day-to-day life, which is massively, massively important, because the majority of all the conditions that we're suffering right now come from acidity. And then also one thing that I'm really realizing is a lack of healthy fat in our diets. These seed oils that everybody's eating are negative nutrition. I'm gonna say it again. They are negative nutrition. This is minus nutrition. This is a illusion, literally. It looks like food, but it's just a mirage because it's empty. It's just a vessel with no nutrition in it that's full of acid and chemicals that's going to strip your body of minerals and nutrients just to be able to pass it through. You're not getting anything from it. You're losing when you eat it. You are gaining absolutely nothing. So whatever type of money you need to spend in order to be able to get these products is a minute drawback to the amount of destruction that you could experience when you put these foods in your mouth. These foods are disabling you from being able to get shit done, focus, think clearly, see the opportunities that are right in front of your face, not to mention live in a state of gratitude, compassion, understanding the illness is stemming from the mental state, which is stemming from the physical state, which is stemming from the universal state. And the universe is sick right now. So more than ever, it is really important for us all to open up to change and to think about what can we welcome into our lives to improve the quality of life. How can we surround ourselves by better people? How can we surround ourselves by better food? This coconut yogurt is only $8 or $9 for 16 ounces. One container of this coconut yogurt can supply your body and your brain with so much fat that you could literally cut out like literally 2 meals. I've gone down to just 1 meal a day. As long as I have a little bit of grain, a little bit of bean, and some salad, I'm good. And the more you stick with these fats and you stop eating sugar, your body starts to regenerate itself. It starts to restore itself, and you stop craving food all the time. Part of the reason why we're craving food all the time, guys, is because we're depressed. We're eating for comfort. We're emotionally eating right now. We're eating because it makes us feel good. But really, at the end of the day, what makes you feel better is resisting eating these things that you think make you feel good, and in all actuality are bringing you down, making you acidic, draining you of minerals and nutrients. This is going to give your body exactly what it needs.
If you want to be happy and healthy, you guys got to eat simple food without sugar in it, without stabilizers. This coconut yogurt is certified organic. It has no sweeteners in it and is amazing. You can live off of this. It will feed your skin. It will feed your gut and your brain. You want to try some? Let's give some to your dog, too.
Try some.
Hey,
Yes.
Sammy, come in.
Let's see.
Here, try it with the banana.
No,
No?
I want it clean. Mhm.
Okay. Can I dip my banana in your coconut yogurt? Whenever I'm stressed out, it calms me down. When my mom's stressed out, it calms her down. My mom actually showed me this product. It's at Vons. It's at
We all
Sprouts.
love it.
It's at Whole Foods.
I'm calmed down just watching a dog eat it.
Over time, the more your body learns to recognize what this product does for its body, you will realize that there is not one thing on this God green earth that can make you feel better than coconuts can. The way coconuts can relieve inflammation, the way that they can help with joint pain, the way that they can help with the way your brain functions. If your brain is not getting the right type of fat, it is not functioning properly. You cannot put a price on that.
That is an appropriate time to cheers on this O'Doul's and have you also talk about this product and how we are both not drinkers. These are O'Doul's. These are non-alcoholic beers. I have not had any type of beer, non-alcoholic or whatever, in 4 years, 5 years now, just about. And it feels great. It's one of the best lifestyle changes I made for so many reasons. But I'd love to hear a little more on you and O'Doul's. And
For me, like, one of the main reasons why these non-alcoholic beers are so beneficial is because I get all the benefits that I would normally get from drinking a beer without the drawback from the alcohol. If you got issues, if you got relationship problems, if you got financial issues, you are going to make it worse by drinking. And that's what I had to accept, is that no matter how powerful my psyche is, no matter how powerful my diet is, no matter how hard I try, as long as I'm drinking alcohol, I will never reach my full potential in terms of business, finances, relationship. And it doesn't mean you're not a good person, dude. It doesn't mean you're not strong. It doesn't mean you're not powerful. It means you're conscious. It means you're awake. It means you're in control and in power. Beer is not out there to help you succeed. Beer is out there to trick you into wanting more and more and more.
well said.
Yeah, man.
These are just tendencies and habits that are being passed down
Yeah,
and
exactly.
programmed into us.
Exactly.
And then once we move those aside and remove those, then we get to actually experience the true, beautiful bliss that we are. And like one thing that blocked me from really finding my power, finding my way, being strong in my choices and decisions as a child was my diet. And I was so aware of it at 18 when I hit rock bottom, but that's too late. Most people shouldn't have to get to that point.
Food is our fuel. It's the fuel for our body. And if we are skimping on that, we are skimping on everything else we're doing. We need the good fuel to be able to run our engines, of our body, of our mind, and to have a clean, nourished, positive, conscious, connected soul. That also comes through eating the food that comes from the earth, eating whole foods. When is the last time you have eaten a piece of produce, a fruit, a vegetable that did not have a sticker on it or was wrapped in plastic?
That's a good question.
Luckily, this guy goes to the farmer's market and picks up just bucket loads and baskets of food. And he picks it up from LA, which is like over 3 hours away. And he's made relationships with farmers so that he can come back and nourish his community. And I think what really came to light yesterday was that Sparky is empowering the light workers, the healers, the the household owners, you know, the family caretakers. Like, if you feel like you see a sick world, or you have sick people around you, or you're just wanting to better your life altogether and then better the ones around you, like, he has so many tidbits where you can start becoming the healer within your own household, within your own town, within your own city. That's the empowerment that we want to bring. And he has the knowledge and guidance, and it's just about obtaining it. And sometimes that might be engaging in a conversation. That might be checking out some of his recipes. That might be looking more into whatever macrobiotics is, you know, like, or native life practices, or native plants, you know, like, it's all about learning more. I mean, he could talk about a whole bunch of native plants in this area, but if you're not in this area, it may not be relevant. So check out the plants that are native to your area. Hopefully it inspires you. You know, his name's Sparky. Hopefully it sparks you on a new journey, you know, of learning, of experimenting, of healing, of helping. That's what we're here to do, you know. And it's such a joy to do it, and to make music and act like kids, and, you know, not have work feel like work. Just let it feel like meaningful play, purposeful play.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to feel more comfortable in who it is that you want to be, and just know that there's a community and there are people out there that are ready to support you in that. As soon as you're willing to step into being that authentic self and really, you know, following your dreams, the right people are going to show up. And Rainbow Sky is a great person to work at. Like, one thing that really I just want to drop before we left, one thing that helped get to this point, and one thing that got me here, was just consistency. Like, just reach out, hit him up, give it a shot, like, put yourself out there, like, and see what happens. You know, just take, you know, do one. If you're afraid to, you know, show up to one of our things, give Sky a call and do one 90-minute, 60-minute phone session with Sky. You will be mind blown at what he will come up with when you give him 60 minutes of your time and your energy. Just give your hopes and your dreams a second shot. If you're feeling, you know, like you haven't really gotten it yet, if you haven't made it yet, and even if you have and it hasn't worked out the way that you wanted to, I highly want to encourage you guys, and just straight from the bottom of my heart, to even if it's not about your business, I think we could all use somebody like Sky in our life, and we could all use this health and well-being. And as me and him continue to get to know each other better, he will continue to carry more of what I have with him. And I think that's just so great that you can hire him to do the film, the music. He can help you with your health and your well-being. He's a therapist. He did great work on my property. We did landscaping work. He helped me clean and organize my house. You know, family dynamics, so many different things that this guy can bring to you. What was that one thing that you were offering again? The
Soulful support.
Soulful support. Even that, you know, whether it's soulful support or whatever, just please reach out to Sky if you're, you know, if you're wanting to take that next step forward, and start to move towards, you know, living your best life, because it's just a waste of time to exist in this matrix, if just to exist, period. Like, it's a shame that we all have so many blessings and gifts, and we're not expressing them more, and not supporting them more and feeding them more. This experience has really just woken me up on a deep level, and really made me think about, like, what really makes me happy, and what is really the most important thing.
Which is what?
For me, the message that we, you know, what we leave to others, like,
Legacy.
yeah, like, what do we leave behind? Like, what kind of effect do we do we give to people? And the more I work with Sky, the more I learn to just really shift myself to be able to reach more people, change myself.
Yeah, the change starts with ourselves. And you know what? You said something, being a living example. Like, don't just tell somebody who's not eating good to eat better. Hand them a meal and eat with them. Be the living example. You know, that's what my family was for me, to have the confidence to see that a vegan lifestyle, not only I could survive on, but I could thrive on, because they were. And I just knew my soul just wanted that. And I was like, let's try it. And it has been so beautiful. And it's just launched me into a lifelong of like learning, forever learning. And I hope that's, you know, if you've been looking for a little bit of health or nutritional or lifestyle guidance, you know, I highly suggest checking out some of Dr. Sparky's stuff on Native Life 333 on Instagram. And we got some stuff coming on Rainbow Sky Radio soon on the YouTube channel. Also, he's got a website, The Native Life. If you want to live the native life, you got to check him out. Because I guarantee you, if you listen up, you'll have one little tidbit that is just going to spark a lifelong journey, you know, of healing and health and wellness, and living a more conscious lifestyle, living more community minded, living more in tune with the earth and in tune with ourselves and our surroundings. Man, I got nothing else. I think this is beautiful. We have a lot outside of this conversation that there is to share, and so that'll be sprinkled around, so look out for that. Yeah, I'm just really, really grateful for our time. And as I mentioned to him, we've only just planted seeds. It's just, we've barely even gotten through a season together, you know. 2.5 months is barely a season. So, you know, we planted some seeds and, you know, tried some things and succeeded in some ways. You know what, success, I think we need to redefine that for ourselves, because success is not going to look always how we have in our mind. The Holy Grail, once we get to it, it's not always going to look like the Holy Grail. You know, like, we have to be okay with that, and we need to start redefining, maybe even daily, what success is, or weekly, or whenever we set goals for ourselves, because success should not be money. You know, success should not be a nice car. Success should be like healing something within your body or your behavior, or finally taking a step towards your dreams. Like, I love that you kept bringing that up. Don't give up on your dreams. Take a second chance. So I'll leave them with that.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say, go get some radishes and go get some coconuts. Go get some mineral greens. Go get some califia. Go put some money in your body. Go invest in you. Go gamble on you.
Go gamble on you. I would never throw dice left-handed. That felt weird.
Hey,
but
I
had to throw the dice.
Baby,
I probably should have thrown it on the table.
Shit, if it's on you, we could throw with our feet. Throw with my
hacky sack those dice. All right. We got to go to the airport. I got to fly, so.
Dude, this is Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. I literally have a rocket on here. All right. Bye.